not for a lot of people in the path of totality, which is really just downright unfortunate for them. For us here in Boston, though, it's looking like a really great day. We're going to have mostly sunny skies. I did focus on these 3 hours, of course, because that's when the eclipse is going to happen for us here in Boston. Only a partial one, but 3:29, 2 o'clock, it's still going to be bright. Look at the temperature. Morning temperatures in the 30s, but by 2 o'clock, 61. Between 3 and 4, by the way, the temperature will dip a little bit during the partial eclipse. 93% of the sun is going to be blocked out by the moon. By 4 o'clock, though, and then especially 5 o'clock, a couple clouds do roll in. So, folks, we're getting really lucky. I think we're just going to be able to get the partial eclipse in before clouds roll in later in the day. Right now, though, temperatures, they're in the 30s and 40s. Overnight into early tomorrow morning, temperatures dropping even more. That's because we have clear skies, and clouds at night act like a blanket. And without the clouds, without that blanket, that's what kind of temperature we're waking up to, 30 to 35 degrees. Nice weather over the next couple of days, though. Monday, Tuesday, you're in the 60s. Wednesday begins the next round where you're looking at some rain chances and some wind as well. I'll show you how long that's going to last next week in just a couple minutes. Sky not being able to see through them means they actually are working. If you bought eclipse glasses on Amazon and you can see through them, that means they're fake. So don't use them. It's really good if you can't see through them, unless you're, of course, looking at the sun. For the forecast for tomorrow, 60 to 65 degrees and mostly sunny. Just a partial eclipse for us here in Boston, but overall the weather is going to cooperate. Not even too windy, really, really warm. And your maximum eclipse in Boston, 93%, that's going to happen around 3:29. Let's actually talk about your timeline. It just kicks off at around 2:17 in the afternoon. As we get closer to 3 o'clock, you're going to notice some temperature changes overall. Sky dimming just a bit. It's not going to be dark like it's going to be in totality, unfortunately. It's 3:29 where we see the maximum 93% of the sun being covered up by the moon, and then it pretty much ends by the time we get to 4:40. So truthfully, folks, it's only a couple of minutes where you actually have interesting things happening. So if you don't have 2 hours to sit around and watch this, that's fine. Just watch as close to 3:29 in the afternoon as you possibly can. Here's the cloud coverage. You can also look at this as your chances of actually seeing this partial eclipse. 2 o'clock, it's just a 10% cloud coverage. That means 10% of the sky is going to have clouds on it. 3 o'clock, 15%, meaning you've got pretty much an 85% chance of actually seeing this partial eclipse, which is maximum, again, at 3:29 in the afternoon. The reason I say we're lucking out is because as we get closer to 4 o'clock, look at the cloud coverage. It upticks just a bit. Now it's up to 20%, and by 5 o'clock, it's actually going to be closer to 30 to 40%. And then later in the evening, even cloudier than that. So we're truly lucking out, especially when you look at April 8th. So the past, most of them are pretty cloudy. Overnight, we stay clear. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be nice and bright. Tomorrow early afternoon, we're going to be nice and bright. Clouds roll into western Massachusetts first. There's 3 o'clock. Here's 4 o'clock. Now 5 o'clock. You can see those clouds rolling in, right? And then we're pretty cloudy as we get into Monday evening, which is why I'm saying we're really, really lucky. Tuesday's looking partly cloudy. It's Wednesday that we're going to see an increase of clouds, increase of wind, temperature still relatively warm, and you do have some chances for a couple of showers. If you're trying to go to the path of totality, I would forego New York. Some spots may get lucky, and you may see some breaks in the clouds, but as you can see, a few and far between. Better going to New Hampshire and Vermont. By the way, you're waking up to temperatures in the 30s. Tomorrow morning, chilly start, you're up to the 60s. Tuesday, a repeat day, and then it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have the rain, we have the wind before we start to dry out as we get into next weekend. Although, unfortunately, Saturday is actually looking pretty breezy as well. But these temperatures, guys, I don't think we have many complaints there.
Nice and warm.